not want to have to do it nearly that much as you did on Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. It's a little bittersweet. Obviously, the more we punt, obviously the offense isn't working right. So, it sort of works hand in hand. Hopefully, if I can, do a few punts here and there to pin them deep, and then we can get the ball back straight away, gives our team the best chance to, be in field battle position and push down the field. But I'll just do whatever the team needs me to do, and hopefully, stay off the field more than I'm on it.
In your punting, what's the difference between this season and last season?
Probably just confidence and experience. Last year I was kind of raw, and early in the season I was a little naive to what it was to play a full season. But this year I feel a lot more confident. I enjoy it a lot more, and especially the big occasion. Last year I used to get a lot more nervous than what I do this year, and I just embrace it and really enjoy it.
Has there been added knowledge to the game too that's kind of helping you along this year? I mean, your stats through 3 games are pretty great so far.
Yeah, a little bit. Like last year I didn't really understand the game too much and things like that, and I kind of just went out there and punted the ball. Now I've got more of a chance to do different kicks at different stages of the field, and I kind of understand, what the team's going through, and sort of, what the best outcome would be from punting. So I do understand the game a lot more, and what it all entails and stuff. So I think that's helped me, and it's also made me a lot more confident. To be a part of.
Daniel, 2 straight lopsided losses. Yet I continue to hear we're so close. We tweak this, we tweak that, and what's the overall team feeling now after those 2 losses?
Well, the team's pretty disappointed that we've dropped 2 in a row, but we acknowledge that Ole Miss are a really good side. Our execution hasn't quite been there, but I believe that everyone's putting in effort, and we're working hard as we ever have, in the film room and also on practice and stuff like that. So it's kind of just the moment the team gelling and clicking and sort of finding our niche, and then hopefully the floodgates will open and we'll chalk up a few wins.
What do you think it'll take emotionally for this team to kind of reverse it?
I just think it's going to take me a couple of big plays and a lot of players to really accept that leadership and buy into it. I mean, we have good leaders and stuff, but I think it's probably got to come from more of a whole team sort of aspect and not just leave it to a few senior guys. But I think everyone's working really hard, and if we keep battling away, I'm pretty sure it'll click sooner rather than later.
So is there any blue turf in Australia?
Nah, I haven't kicked on any blue turf, but so I'm not sure how that will go. But I'm not too worried about it. I mean, give me a football and you put me on sand, dirt, grass or whatever, and I'm gonna love what I'm doing. So it's not a big deal.
You talk about some of the different punts you've learned this year. You looked like at Ole Miss you were kind of trying to kick it lower and shorter and let it roll a little bit more, but you've also had the ones where you just kind of moved it down the field this year.
Yeah, usually if I'm around halfway into the hoop situation, I sort of kick it like an Aussie punt and get it to spin backwards. But Ole Miss, we had the wind in our face for the second and third quarter, so I was trying to keep it a bit lower. I didn't want to kick it up too high and get caught up in the wind and lose distance. And then there was a couple with the wind at my back. I didn't hit them as sweetly as I would have liked, and then they ended up rolling to for about 50 yards. So that was a little bit of luck on that.
Was that something that you were kind of talking about earlier, where you learn the different ways to punt in this game?
Yeah, for sure. There's different situations. If I'm backed up deep, obviously I'm going to really put some hang time on it and go for distance. But if I'm a bit closer, I'm trying to stay away from kicking touchbacks, so I try to kick it a little shorter. But it's also just knowing, the difference between the wind direction and stuff like that, so you can place it, and if the wind's at your face or in your back, so you can, open up or not so much on it.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Thanks, Daniel. Okay. Coach, that's coming up here in just a few minutes.